There's a mystery that spans cultures, religions, and eras. A quiet power kept safe in temples, shared in whispers by sages, and practiced alone by those who wanted to go beyond illusion. This mystery isn't a word or just an idea. It's a breath, a way of breathing that, when done with intention, can open hidden doors within you, raise your vibrational frequency, and reveal dimensions that the eyes can't see. Have you ever felt like, even though you're breathing all the time, you're not really alive? Have you had moments when something inside feels stuck? Like your energy just isn't flowing the way it should? The ancients understood that the root of much of our tension, emotional blocks, and spiritual confusion isn't out there. It's how our life force, our prana, moves or doesn't move. They discovered a key to unlocking that flow, Nadi Shodhana, the breath that cleanses the subtle channels of the body. This video dives deep into this age-old technique. We'll break down not only how to practice it, but why it has the power to change your whole vibrational state. We'll explore the nadis, the invisible channels where your vital energy moves, the original meaning of this practice in classical yoga, and the bigger purpose it serves, to prepare you to access deep meditation and, eventually, samadhi. You'll also learn how this breathwork can clear repetitive mental patterns, balance your nervous system, ease anxiety, and serve as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. But beyond the physical and mental benefits, Nadi Shodhana is an alchemical ritual, a spiritual art of inner refinement. Breathing this way isn't just about oxygenating your body, it's about nourishing your soul. So if you're ready to leave behind the shallow breathing of modern life and step into the sacred rhythm that connects you to the universe, stay with me. What you're about to learn isn't just another technique, it's a legacy, a tool for awakening, a path that, when followed with devotion, can lead you to the highest vibration, pure consciousness. To truly understand the depth of Nadi Shodhana, we have to journey beyond time, into the heart of humanity's spiritual history. High in the Himalayas, where mist blends with the sky and silence feels heavy, the ancient rishis, visionary sages from old India, devoted their lives to observing the soul through the body. They didn't see humans as just physical machines, but as living temples of energy woven with invisible channels called nadis. The oldest Vedic texts, like the Upanishads and classic yoga writings, already mention these subtle pathways where prana, the vital force, flows. From this view, the body is more than flesh and bone. It's an energetic system that breathes, pulses, and shines from within. And just like rivers can get polluted or blocked, nadis can be clogged by suppressed emotions, chaotic thoughts, and habits that don't align with the soul. Nadi Shodhana, which means purifying the channels, came about as a precise, sacred method to clear these inner rivers. It wasn't a side practice, but an essential step for reaching yoga's highest states, especially samadhi, where individual consciousness merges with universal consciousness. For the ancient yogis, trying to meditate without first purifying the nadis was like trying to see the moon's reflection in a muddy pond. Meditation wasn't just about sitting still, it was about being clear inside. Only with that clarity could the mind quiet down, the ego dissolve, and true insight arise. The scriptures also talk about three main nadis, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida, the lunar current, represents the feminine, the intuitive, and the passive. Pingala, the solar current, stands for the masculine, the rational, and the active. They wind around the spine, crossing at each chakra, creating an energetic dance. But it's Sushumna, the central channel that leads to awakening. and it only opens when the other two are balanced. That's where Nadi Shodhana comes in. It balances the flow between the solar and lunar energies, allowing the central path of the soul to open. From this perspective, every conscious breath is sacred. Each inhale and exhale is a prayer, a reminder that divinity isn't far away in a temple. It's right here in the breath entering and leaving your body moment by moment. Today, this practice is often watered down, seen as just a relaxation technique. But its roots are mystical, its function transcendent, and its power vast. Nadi Shodhana doesn't just calm your mind. It tunes it like an instrument, ready to hear the music of the universe. Imagine for a moment that your body isn't just organs or muscles, but a glowing network of pathways where a subtle, invisible, powerful energy flows. Prana, this vital energy, finer than air and more essential than blood, fuels your thoughts, emotions, and awareness. The ancient yogis didn't just know about this energy, they cultivated it, guided it, and honored it. One of the most straightforward ways to purify and strengthen its flow was through Nadi Shodhana. This technique, known in English as alternate nostril breathing, is anything but random. Every part of the practice is designed as a precise key that fits the lock of your energetic system. And what is that lock? Your nadis. As we've seen, the main ones are Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. But the balance between the first two, the lunar and solar channels, allows the third, the central channel, to activate and open the door to expanded states of consciousness. The basic structure of Nadi Shodhana is simple, but its power comes from the intention, rhythm, and awareness behind it. 1. Close your right nostril and inhale through the left. This activates Ida, linked to the parasympathetic system, calm, introspection, and lunar energy. 2. Close your left nostril and exhale through the right. This activates Pingala, connected to the sympathetic system, action, logic, and solar energy. 3. Then switch. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. That's one full cycle. This flow of breath creates a dance between your inner polarities. Like any sacred ritual, it brings harmony, cleansing, and opening. But here's the real mystery. When Ida and Pingala are balanced, they stop opposing each other. They merge, neutralize, and silence arises. Not an empty silence, but one filled with pure consciousness. At that moment, prana can enter Sushumna, the central channel along the spine, and rise. This energetic rise is the beginning of awakening, the first step toward union with the divine. It's not just about moving air from one nostril to the other. You're reprogramming your energy field, clearing subtle blockages built up over years of unresolved emotions, scattered thoughts, and unconscious breathing. Each cycle of Nadi Shodhana acts like a wave of purification flowing through your nadis, loosening invisible knots called granthis that block prana's free flow. From a neurophysiological view, though that's not the tradition's main focus, the practice also calms the autonomic nervous system, reduces stress, and balances the brain's hemispheres. What science sees as a side benefit, the yogis see as essential for inner awareness, because when the mind is quiet, the soul can speak. That's why Nadi Shodhana shouldn't be rushed or done mechanically. It should become a ritual, a moment when you recognize that your breath isn't just yours, but a gift from the universe. And by returning it with awareness, you begin tuning your body like a sacred instrument, ready to resonate with higher, clearer, truer frequencies. On the surface, Nadi Shodhana seems simple. Inhale, exhale, alternate. But those who practice with attention and, above all, respect, soon discover hidden depths, like the rings inside an ancient tree. As the practice deepens, a subtler truth emerges. We're not just breathing air, we're breathing consciousness. One of the most important and least understood aspects of this practice is that it's not just about relaxation, but about cleansing the vibrations of your entire being. Each breath cycle creates resonance in your energy field. It's not just a calming exercise, it's a tuning of the vibrational pattern that shapes who you are. Just like a tuner adjusts strings to find the perfect pitch, Nadi Shodhana adjusts the invisible threads linking body, mind, and spirit. In ancient tantric traditions, everything in the universe pulses with a frequency. The heart, the planets, thoughts, even silence. Every thought you have changes your frequency. Every emotion, unspoken word, and unhealed wound leaves an imprint on your nadis, distorting prana's natural flow. That's why great yogis didn't just breathe consciously. They breathed with the intention to free themselves. Here's where Nadi Shodhana becomes a powerful tool. It's not only about balancing Ida and Pingala, but also about clearing the granthis, energetic knots along the spine that block prana from rising to higher awareness. These blockages aren't physical, they're emotional and psychological. Attachments, fears, traumas, and compulsive desires. When you breathe with devotion, presence, and surrender, prana acts like a healing river, washing away those impurities. Another profound effect of this practice is on the mind. Yogic teachings say, the mind follows prana like a snake follows its charmer. When prana moves chaotically, the mind scatters. But when prana is focused, steady, and rhythmic, the mind becomes still. And in that stillness, something extraordinary reveals itself, the eternal witness, the consciousness that observes without judgment, desire, or fear. This consciousness is what yoga calls Purusha, the unchanging being beyond body and mind. Nadi Shodhana, then, isn't just a technique to feel good. It's a way to reach the essential core of yourself, the calm center in the middle of life's storm, a place untouched by the noise of the world. Finally, this practice has a mystical quality. Many masters have taught that when you truly master Nadi Shodhana, you can hear the nada, the inner sound, the quiet murmur of the universe within your heart. It's like your body, vibrating in harmony, becomes an instrument to perceive the sacred, not with physical ears, but with an expanded awareness that only comes after you've crossed the veil of ordinary breathing. In the end, Nadi Shodhana isn't just something you do, it's something you become. A clear channel, a bridge between the visible and invisible, a flute through which the divine breath finally flows. Practicing Nadi Shodhana doesn't mean retreating to a cave in the Himalayas or living an ascetic life apart from the world. On the contrary, this ancient technique is designed to root spirituality in everyday life. The true mystic isn't the one who runs away from the world, but the one who walks through it with presence, awareness, and inner strength. Here are some practical and meaningful tips to make Nadi Shodhana a true living art. First, create your breathing sanctuary. You don't need a temple, but you do need a space you respect. It might be a corner of your room, a lit candle, or a tree you sit beneath. The place matters less than your intention to make it sacred. By setting up a small inner and outer altar for your practice, you're telling your mind and soul, here, the sacred begins. Breathing from that space transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. Second, the best time is between worlds. Sages say 2 moments are especially powerful for Nadi Shodhana: dawn and dusk. As the sun rises or sets, the veil between worlds thins. During these subtle hours, when the day is ending or just beginning, prana is most open and receptive. Practicing then encourages deeper insight and energetic awakening. Third, breathe without goals but with devotion. In the West, we often treat breathing as a tool to fix things, reduce anxiety, improve focus, sleep better. But Nadi Shodhana isn't a productivity hack. It's a silent prayer to the universe. Practice it not to get something, but as an act of love for your inner self. In that surrender without expectation, prana responds with grace. Fourth, less is more, but consistency is key. You don't need to practice for hours. 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough if you're fully present. It's better to breathe with devotion for 7 minutes than to do 30 minutes on autopilot. The secret is frequency, not length. Like a drop falling repeatedly on stone, daily practice slowly shapes your subtle system until one day you simply awaken differently. Fifth, make your breath a mirror. Notice which nostril is more active throughout the day. You'll see it naturally shifts every 90 to 120 minutes. This relates to the dominance of Ida and Pingala. Being aware of this helps you read your own energetic cycles and align your decisions, actions, and rest with your inner flow. In short, Nadi Shodhana isn't just a technique for tough times. It's a subtle practice for remembering who you really are. It offers the chance to be fully in this world without getting lost in it, to breathe not just to survive, but to awaken. By the end of this journey, you may realize Nadi Shodhana is not just a breathing exercise. It's an ancient language, a key that opens inner doors, a silent call toward your purest nature. It needs no words, creeds, or dogmas, only your presence and your breath. Modern life has taught us to breathe to survive, but we've forgotten how to breathe with purpose. Amid noise, stress, constant distractions, and spiritual disconnection, Nadi Shodhana rises like a column of light, a simple yet sacred tool to come home, to the temple of the body, the sanctuary of a clear mind, the heart vibrating at its highest frequency. This alternate breathing, inhaling through one nostril, exhaling through the other, means much more than just balancing your body. It represents the dance of opposites, sun and moon, masculine and feminine, action and reflection, the outer world and the inner universe. With each conscious cycle, you bring those polarities back together, close internal gaps, and make peace with your duality. And when that union becomes constant, something miraculous happens. The central channel, Sushumna, begins to activate, not with a loud burst, but as a gentle current of clarity, silence, and connection with the eternal. What were once chaotic thoughts, overwhelming emotions, and trapped tensions dissolve like mist in the sun, leaving only the essential. You in your highest self, aligned with the pulse of the universe. You don't need to be a Himalayan sage or a spiritual master. You just need to pause, close your eyes, and let the mystery of prana move through you, because it's already inside you, because the temple has always been open, waiting for you to step inside. I invite you now, as an act of humility and power, to make Nadi Shodhana part of your daily ritual. Try it for 7 days, 7 mornings, 7 conscious breaths. Don't look for results, just show up and listen. And if, by the end, something shifts in you, even a small moment of peace, a brief silence, or a tear without reason, you'll know you've begun to remember that you are not alone, that your soul calls you through your breath itself. Breathe and breathe again, because every time you do it with awareness, you move closer to the source of everything. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content on esoteric wisdom and transformative practices. Give it a like, share this video with someone who needs it, and leave a comment about your experience with this sacred breath.